You're listening to the Ask Drone U podcast. You ask, we answer your drone questions. Whether you're here to turn your passion into profit or you simply fly for fun, we're a community of learners and teachers who aspire to achieve greatness. We are
Drone U.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Ask Drone U. My name is Paul.
And my name is Rob. Thank you guys again for joining us. We do appreciate it every single time you take a few minutes of your day to hang out with us. We hope that we're giving you value, giving you information that you can make actionable and improve your flight skills, your business opportunities, anything that has to do with your world in the drone industry. We want to be helpful. And so get those questions in. Those that pertain specifically to you, that's okay. They're probably not as specific to you as you think, and a lot of other people are thinking the same thing. So go to askdroneu.com and let us hear from you. We love hearing from all of you.
We do love hearing from all of you. We are really excited for just, again, these reviews that are coming in really make our day. So thank you for everyone who does that. That really does mean a lot to us. Before we get into today's question, again, we've got to be getting ready for our Part 107 recency exam. Are you ready? If not, check out droneu.education to get ready by taking our online quizzes and tests. That way, when you pass them with 90% or more, you know you're ready to go to take the recency exam. All right, today's question. What action should the pilots take if a collision is anticipated? The manned aircraft pilot should give way to the right. The remote pilot should adjust SUAS course. Both pilots should give way to the right.
Oh gosh, the SUAS pilot should get the heck out of the way.
Exactly. What action should the pilots take if a collision is anticipated? The correct answer is the remote pilot should adjust the SUAS course. And I think the reason for that instead of the last answer is because you can't see a drone when you're flying a plane. I know a lot of people say that they can, but it's almost impossible.
Well, yeah, and an airplane's carrying people. I mean, they need to have priority.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Yeah, it is obvious. Anyway, that was today's question. There are more questions. Just go to droneu.education.
Hi Paul, hi Rob. It's Josh here from the United Kingdom. I firstly just want to show my appreciation to you both for the unbelievable amount of work and effort you put into producing such unique and interesting podcasts. I've just purchased the Living the Drone Life book yesterday and I've already finished it. It was that interesting and helpful that I couldn't put it down. So anyone listening to this podcast, I really recommend you buy it. It's a great addition to the podcast and the Drone U membership platform. In terms of my question, I don't want it to be too long for you, but I'd really love an insight into how you guys balance your work life and your personal life. I know you both have partners. Rob, you have children, and I'm sure, Paul, you're working on it. Congratulations. So I'd just like an insight into how you balance them both. In terms of drones, I love drones. All I do is read and think about them. And I don't want it to, start affecting my relationship or anything like that. Because when I am not in the office, I do like to read about drones and industry news and stuff. So how do you guys make sure that one thing isn't taking or affecting the other? And I really appreciate that you guys do give us an insight into your personal lives, because it's not something you're expected to do. So thank you for that as well. Keep up the great work, and I look forward to hearing your response. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua. You're becoming one of our primary question askers. He's kind of, for the time being, he's replaced Ken a little bit, which is saying a lot.
That is saying something.
In a completely different vein of thinking and questions, which is great. It's interesting. There's a couple ways to think about this. This can be a really difficult question to answer, and this can be a really easy question to answer. Number one, thank you for your kind words. That really is appreciated, and we appreciate that you're listening and that you bought the book. And you haven't said if you're a member, but if you are, we appreciate that. I'm curious. It's different. You've had a change recently, right? As far as getting married, and so
added stress. Sorry.
That's one perspective, and also very real, because
you have to be real. Like, come on.
No. Of course, yeah, you do have to be real, and I appreciate you bringing that up, Joshua. That we do share some more, of our personal side of things, because I think that's actually some insight into the answer to the question. Because I personally, I think one of the answers to the question is love what you do. And the reason I say that is when you love what you do, it will more naturally figure itself out. Part of the way it more naturally figures itself out is your spouse, your significant other, your family they sense that you love what you do. Now, you can't love what you do more than them, but when they know you love what you do and you're happy, and when you are with them, you're happy and you're fulfilled. I don't want to get too deep and sappy here and philosophical, but it's very much a part of it. And when they know that and they sense that and you make them a part of that, then the work-life balance becomes easier. I'm not saying it's necessarily easy, but it becomes easier. You've brought them into the fold, right? You're not separating. There's a big difference between what I'm describing and being a workaholic. Because you can work a lot, and there are times that we work a lot, and I'll have my computer sitting on the couch with my wife, and she's okay with that because she understands that, like, serving this community and being a part of this organization and this team, it's awesome, and I love it, and I bring her into that, and so it makes it okay. So that's just one perspective, and I can go into more if you'd like, but I'm curious now that things have changed for you. Have you had to make adjustments in this regard, or what are you doing, if anything, specifically to adjust for the change in your life?
Look, it's been hard. I don't think there's any easy answer for anyone on how to balance life and work. I will say the key to balance, though, for both people, that something that helps is exercise.
Very practical.
Exercise
Yep.
is really important just to keep every other aspect of life kind of healthy, so you don't overwork or underwork or overcommit or undercommit. It kind of really helps you balance all things in life. That's what I found, whether it's yoga, whether it's taking a walk, whether it's going for a bike ride, it doesn't matter. Just do it. As far as balancing work and life, I have to be very strict on a couple things. Number one is phone usage. So I do work a lot, and I'm borderline a workaholic, but there are a couple things that Sarah has requested of me that I absolutely have to do. If we're hanging out during the weekend, I can't be on Facebook answering drone stuff or problems or anything like that. It just can't happen. If I want to work on something, if she's working on something, that's fine. But as far as like social media is concerned, during the weekend, unless I'm away from Sarah, I'm pretty much not on any social media. On top of that, in the evenings, I really give her from 6 to 9 every night. That's not always plausible. It's not every single night. But for a vast majority of nights, 6 to 9 is like our time. Sometimes we go to the pool together. Sometimes we go for a walk together. We do exercise together. Sometimes we watch Netflix and chill. It just depends on the night.
Yeah.
But I have to give her that time. I also have to make her feel engaged. So another thing that is really important is during the day is just reaching out and just, making sure that they know that you're thinking about them and that,
Great point.
It's on the mind. So, or she's on the mind.
Yeah.
That's really important. Letting them know that you care is really important too. So you may, work all night and wake up late in the morning, and I do that all the time. And then, cooking her an egg or two is going to be the difference between getting yelled at and thanks, babe. So.
And yeah, never mind. No, I think what I hear you saying is being intentional. That word comes to mind. And making, your life outside of work a priority. I certainly understand how you love to read and do all things drones and sort of immerse yourself in that industry, which is great, which is going to make you successful. But being intentional about things outside of that. I think another thing that comes to mind is having interests outside of what you do, both individually and with the important people in your life. I think that is one way to help with that work-life balance. Being flexible. One of the benefits that I love about being self-employed, and I think most of you would agree with this, is that you're flexible as to your schedule and treat sort of life or family appointments the same as you would an important client appointment, right? They're, in fact, more important than any client appointment as far as I'm concerned. So like today, my daughter has a volleyball game at 4:00. And so that's one way that my wife and I can hang out, do something that we love, which is watching our kids do the things that they love. So we'll be there, we'll hang out, and then I'll probably come back to the office and work some more. And so we just kind of figure that out, and you figure out what's important, and then your actions speak to what's important. And be flexible. Use the fact that you mentioned office, so I don't know if you have a day job right now or if that's your personal office for starting your business, but be intentional. I guess is kind of the bottom line of what I would say about that.
Yeah, agreed. Look, work and life balance is really hard. Blocking time really helps. Communicating your schedule with your other loved one helps. Holding yourself accountable is going to help, which I think is maybe part of being intentional. Like, if you say you're going to do something, stick to it, stick to your word. I mean, and if you're finding yourself constantly overpromising and under delivering, well, it's time to change.
Absolutely.
So, and that's a harsh reality, and you have to deal with that harsh reality. Honestly, if you want to be successful, you have to become the mom you hated, someone that always held you accountable no matter what. When you wanted to stop playing video games, but that lady turned off that damn TV and you stopped playing video games. You got to be willing to do that to yourself in order to keep yourself accountable, to drive yourself forward, to work on things systematically to get more done. If you don't do these things and you're not willing to hold yourself accountable, then why do you deserve success? Something to think about.
Hurts to hear, but it's true.
That's going to do it for us today, guys. My name is Paul.
I'm Rob.
This is Ask Drone U.